What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cap Show. We got college football week 8, really some big games, but the biggest surprise to me is, yes, the Big Ten is finally back. Thank you. I want to thank the NCAA for finally giving the players the leverage. I get it. We're in a tough time dealing with the coronavirus and everything we're going through as a society in 2020, but look, dude, I love the Big Ten being back. It's great. It's great for college football, and I feel like it's great for the sport world out there, right? I mean, seriously, to go without the Big Ten in football, and obviously we're adding the MAC to it. We're adding more conferences back to college football, which is great. We don't ever want to see any sports just to be erased because of COVID, right? But sometimes we have to definitely take precaution and take, humans first no matter what. But I'm so geeked that the Big Ten is back. Speaking of the Big Ten, we got Illinois versus Wisconsin this week. Wisconsin is 12-point favorites. Obviously, yes, it's easy to decide, but this is their first game. We don't really know much about these teams yet, right? I'd like to see them, their quarterbacks, their running backs. I want to see their defensive, offensive line, how they play. So it's really hard to say who's going to win. I mean, yes, I'll probably go Wisconsin because traditionally Wisconsin is a good Big Ten team, right? I mean, overall, yes, they're not Ohio State. You know that. Okay, we can understand that, but look, Wisconsin's no pushover. They produce pro athletes year in and year out. So I'm going to go Wisconsin here. Obviously, I'd go more towards the money line in this pick. 20's a big spread here. A huge spread, dude. Where it's just like, well, a lot. 51.5 is the over-under. Like I said, these are both, that's a coin flip, the over-under. To me, Wisconsin 100% I believe will win this game. They had the better recruits, they had the better athletes, and the better defensive offensive line. So I'm going Wisconsin. Like I said, 20 is a big spread, so I'd go more towards the money line in this pick. Then we got my team, Notre Dame versus Pittsburgh. Look, Notre Dame, Ian Book this year, he only has 714 yards passing with 3 touchdowns and 1 interception, dude. I mean, seriously, that's not cutting it. That's not a national championship quarterback level right now. We have to understand that. In a couple weeks, we're playing Clemson, dude. Arguably the number 1 team in the country. In my book, Clemson is the team to beat next to Bama. But it's just like, dude, is Notre Dame even going to put up a game with them? Like, let's be real, dude. This is some serious shit. Look, I like Ian Book, but, dude, he's not a pro quarterback. He isn't. And we've had better quarterbacks down the line in Notre Dame history. And Ian Book's just, kind of like an average quarterback at best, dude. Unless he's proved to me over time in this year and definitely against Clemson to get the job done. That's what it comes down to. Williams, Notre Dame running back, he has 73 carries, 486 yards, and 4 touchdowns through the season right now. Then Pittsburgh star players, Kenny Pickett, their quarterback, he's got 1,389 passing yards with 8 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. And then Jordan Addison, their receiver, he's got 38 receptions for 444 yards and 3 touchdowns. Look, this is no easy game for Notre Dame. If Notre Dame comes in sluggish, this is an upset game right here. I hate to say it, but this could be an upset game if Notre Dame doesn't take this game serious. And Kenny, he can throw the ball down the field. And that's really how you're going to beat Notre Dame is throw the ball, run on them when you can, utilize the play action, and throw it. Seriously, but to me, I got to go Notre Dame. 10 points is a deep spread. If Notre Dame comes out on fire, yes, I believe they'll easily cover the 10-point spread. No doubt about it, but it's just can they cover the 10-point spread, and can they be on their A game? That's what it boils down to. Here on out, Notre Dame, they should take every game serious. Now, obviously, they have, but I'm saying they're not at the same level as Clemson right now. And they got Clemson coming up in a couple weeks. And to me, it's going to be scary if Notre Dame doesn't turn their season around and get serious, dude. I hope Brian Kelly's the guy. Yes, he's taking us to the big game, but has he taken us over the top? Okay, we've lost to Georgia twice. We lost to Bama in the national championship. We lost to Clemson in the playoff a couple years ago. To me, it just adds up. I want to see Brian Kelly win the big game. And if Brian Kelly does it this year against Clemson, hey, you punch your ticket for the next, I believe, decade. Obviously, his contract is through 2024. But to me, it's just like, hey, dude, we want Notre Dame to be back on the map. since 1988, dude. I didn't even exist, dude. I wasn't even in my dad's ball sack yet. Isn't that crazy? But I gotta go Notre Dame. I'll go money line. 42.5 is the over-under. I like the over in this pick. Like I said, I don't really do the over-unders, but look, I do it for fun, so I would definitely go the over, but I definitely like Notre Dame money line in this pick. But like I said, if Notre Dame doesn't come out, they can get upset. Then we got Syracuse versus Clemson. Clemson is 46-point favorites here. Okay, it makes sense because Clemson is on fire. Trevor Lawrence, he's 108 for 148, 1,544 yards passing with 15 touchdowns and only one pick, dude. Dude, Trevor Lawrence, he's a first round, first number one overall pick. I don't care what anybody says. If the team does not pick Trevor Lawrence at number one, they are stupid. Okay, you need Trevor Lawrence. That's why I said the Indianapolis Colts should milk to get Trevor Lawrence, dude. It makes sense, right? But, dude, I'm telling you, Clemson is legit. Travis, their running back, he has 67 carries for 436 yards and 5 touchdowns. I believe these two are definitely first-round draft picks. And then you got Syracuse side. Tommy, their quarterback, he has 593 yards passing with 4 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. Look, dude, it's going to be a long day for Syracuse. I get it. They both wear orange. But look, Clemson is the team. 46, I want to go with the spread here. I would go money line. Money line all day on this pick. Like I said, 46 is a deep number. 61.5 is the over-under. I'll go over on this one. No doubt, we start to see these college football games score a lot of points compared to the NFL. But to me, I'm going Clemson in this one. I'm going Clemson money line all day, every day. Then we got Nebraska versus Ohio State. Ohio State is 27-point favorites. We have Justin Fields coming back for Ohio State. Arguably can win the Heisman this year still. On a short season, I think Justin Fields is out to prove to something. They had their shots against Clemson in the playoff game this past year. To me, Ohio State, I'm not an Ohio State fan at all. I kind of hate on Ohio State. But let's give them respect. And they've won national championships after national championships. But look, dude, it goes through Justin Fields. If Justin Fields has a great season this year as a quarterback, I do believe Ohio State can sneak into that 4th seed or even a 3rd seed into the playoffs, dude. Yes, dude, this is what they're playing for right now. And Justin Fields, when it first news broke that the Big Ten was not playing, he was really upset, which I felt that. You know, any athlete out there that couldn't play should be upset. But now they kind of gave him leverage, and now Justin has an opportunity here. And I cannot wait to see what happens. Obviously, the Max coming back in a couple weeks. I'm so excited. Chirp, chirp, turn up. But look, dude, I'm telling you what, Ohio State, is this your year? I mean, obviously, you got to beat Bama or Clemson to win the title. But to me, Ohio State's no joke. I'll take Ohio State. 27 is a big spread. Obviously not as much as 46 as Clemson. But look, dude, I'm going Ohio State in this one. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I like Ohio State. Like I said, I like Justin Fields. 67.5 is the over-under. I would lean more towards the under in this pick, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's the over. But like I said, definitely 100% on the money line on Clemson and Ohio State and Notre Dame. No doubt about it. Let's go. Then we got NC State versus North Carolina. North Carolina lost, has 1 loss on the record. They're 15.5-point favorites. I like that pick. Obviously, NC State doesn't have the caliber of athletes that North Carolina does. Sam Howell, North Carolina's quarterback, he has 1,151 yards passing with 9 touchdowns and 4 picks. Michael Carter, he has 57 carries, for 478 yards and 2 touchdowns. Look, dude, it really goes through him and Sam. If these guys have a great game and the offensive line blocks for Sam, I think this is an easy win for North Carolina. I'll take the 15.5 right here. 60.5 is the over-under. I like to go with the under on this pick, but I like North Carolina on this one. NC State, Knight, their running back, he has 60 carries for 365 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then Devin, their quarterback, he has 890 yards with 8 touchdowns and 2 picks. But like I said, I like North Carolina in this pick. I don't see an upset at all in this game, so I'm going North Carolina. Then we got Kansas versus Kansas State. Kansas is 0-4. They are trash. That's that, dude. They're rubbish. They're trash. They're ass. They're everything that you don't want. That is what Kansas is. Kansas State is 19.5-point favorites, and I expect Kansas State to easily win this game. You're playing Kansas. They haven't won this year, so there's no excuses at all. Skylar Thompson, Kansas State's quarterback, has 626 yards with 4 touchdowns. Look, dude, I like Kansas State. Like I said, I don't see an upset pick. Now, if Kansas upset them, dude, that means Kansas is trash too. But I'm definitely, or Kansas State's trash, but I'm definitely going Kansas State over trash-ass Kansas. And then we got Bama versus Tennessee. Bama's 21.5-point favorites in this pick. Look, dude, Tennessee traditionally plays Alabama great. They're at home, so I give them a little leverage here. But look, Garrett G., Tennessee's quarterback, he has to have the game of his life. He has 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions this season, 752 yards passing. But look, if you want to beat Bama, you have to play a perfect game if you're an opposing quarterback. You know, as we've seen in the past, for example, like Johnny Manziel when he went into Alabama in 2012 season and they upset Bama. Johnny Manziel arguably had a perfect game that game. And that's what you have to do to beat Bama. Bama, dude, they're just too powerful. Mac Jones, he has 1,518 yards passing with 12 touchdowns and only 2 picks. And Bama's running back, like I said, week in and week out, they produce the best running backs in the country. Harris, he has 83 carries for 499 yards and 11 touchdowns, dude. 11, dude. That's crazy. You know, that's what Bama does. They're going to run it on you at will, and if you cannot stop the run, they're going to continue to do it. Now, if you can stop the run, they're going to utilize the play action and throw the ball down the field with Mac. So to me, I like Bama in this pick. I would go more towards money line. I do believe Tennessee can play them good. 21.5 is a lot, so I'm going money line in this pick. Yes, I'm going Bama. Then we got Iowa State versus Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State is 3-point favorites in this pick, which makes sense, right? Their quarterback, Shane, has 483 yards with 3 touchdowns and only 1 pick. Now, Iowa State's quarterback, Brock, he has 912 yards with 4 touchdowns. Their running back, Hall, he has 93 carries for 531 yards and 8 touchdowns. If Iowa State gets the upset here, it's through Hall. It's through the running game and how the defensive line plays against Oklahoma State's offensive line and puts pressure on Shane. That's really what it boils down to. But to me, I'll go with the upset here. I'll go Iowa State at Oklahoma State. I like the upset pick here. Then we got another Big Ten team, baby. Penn State versus IU. Penn State is 6.5-point favorites. 61.5 is the over/under. I'll lean more towards the under in this one. It's a first game for both these teams, but I gotta go with my home state, IU, baby. IU, stand up. I like who they got right now. I expect IU to come out. They're playing at home. Forget Penn State. We see what Penn State's about. You know, their school and their history is about rape. They have people in there that are raping and really doing some weird stuff sexually to other people, other athletes. So to me, I'm going to stay away from Penn State, okay? F Penn State. F them all. I'm going IU, baby. Let's go, IU. Then we got Virginia Tech versus Wake Forest. Virginia Tech, 10-point favorites. It makes sense. Braxton, their quarterback, 348 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. Herbert has 61 carries, 592 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Virginia Tech, if they get the running game going, I expect them to blow through the water of Wake Forest, dude. I mean, seriously. Yes, Wake Forest, their quarterback, Sam Hartman, he has 893 yards with 3 touchdowns. Walker, the third, he has 67 carries, 383 yards, and 7 touchdowns. But I expect Virginia Tech to get the win. I expect Virginia Tech to run all over Wake Forest. And 68 is the over-under. I would go more towards the over. I expect Virginia Tech to come out and score a lot of points in this game, which is kind of crazy to go with the over, right? Then we got Michigan versus Minnesota. Harbaugh, look, dude, he's been with Michigan for a while now. Hasn't been to the playoffs. Hasn't beaten Ohio State. Like, dude, you know, what's it going to come? You know, obviously you're not your Super Bowl champion brother who beat you in the Super Bowl when you were coaching the 49ers. We remember that. Baltimore beat you guys. But look, dude, Michigan, to me, it's just like it's a make or break year for Michigan. It's either they're going to go undefeated, make the playoffs, or they're going to have another bad year this year. You know, is it going to continue, Harbaugh? I feel like Michigan, if Harbaugh does not take them to the playoffs this year, dude, boot him. I said this a year ago or 2 years ago. I think he should be gone if Michigan continues to miss the playoffs. I mean, isn't that what Michigan Wolverines are about? National championships, having the best athletes in college football, or am I just out of line for this? So yes, I'm going Michigan here, 3-point favorites. 54 is the over-under. I like the over on this one, but like I said, I'm going Michigan. Dude, like I said, it's a make-or-break year for Harbaugh. Then we got Virginia versus the U. The U's 13.5-point favorites. Virginia's quarterback Armstrong, he has 596 yards passing with 5 touchdowns and 6 picks. More picks than touchdowns, not good. Then we got D. King. He has over 1,000 yards passing, 10 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. Then their running back, the U's running back, Cameron Harris, he has 58 carries, 338 yards, and 5 touchdowns. I expect the U to come out, and this is a statement game for the U. I want the U to come out and really destroy Virginia here. 13.5, I'll take the spread here. I'll take the U all day, every day of the week. Then we got both undefeated teams, baby. Cincinnati versus SMU. SMU is 2.5-point favorites. 55.5 is the over-under. Look, I'm going with the underdogs here. I'm going with Cincinnati. Desmond Ryder, their quarterback, 596 yards passing, 6 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. I think Cincinnati is low-key nice, dude. They are low-key nice. Not too many people know about Cincinnati. Obviously, they're college football Cincinnati, but to me, yes, you're playing SMU. Shane, their quarterback, he has 1,710 yards with 12 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. It would be really ignorant to pick against SMU, right? And you know, I guess I am a little ignorant, so I'm going to erase what I just said. And I know I said Cincinnati with the upset, but I got to go SMU here. SMU is undefeated, and this Shane Cat, he can throw the ball. He can go wherever he wants. And their running back, Bentley the fourth, he has 74 carries, 506 yards, and 8 touchdowns. So let me rephrase that. Do not listen to what I said. I do not like Cincinnati with the upset. I like SMU to cover 2.5. Now, would I be surprised at Cincinnati? That was my first instinct, but I'm backing out of it right now. I'm going to go SMU right now. That's what I'm going. I'm sorry about that. Then we got Texas State versus BYU. BYU's 28.5-point favorites. Do not pick that spread. Don't do it. Do the money line with BYU. Zach Wilson, BYU's quarterback. He's a baller. 1,641 yards passing, 12 touchdowns, and just 1 pick. Texas State, dude, who do they play? Are they D1? I'm going BYU. I'll go the money line on this pick all day, every day. But I am so geeked that finally the Big Ten is back. I feel like it's great for everybody, right? It's great for everything. But yes, the upset pick of the week, I don't like to say it, but if Notre Dame does not play their A game, they will get upset. They will lose to Pittsburgh. I'm telling you what, they have to be on their P's and Q's. But obviously my upset is Iowa State over Oklahoma State overall. But I'm just so excited that finally the Big Ten's here, and I cannot wait till the end of the year till the playoffs come, baby. It's college football, boys! Let's go!